Well, it's middle of July. We're entering the dog days, and here I am at my summer residence in Newport. That's really a old mansion that's now the administration building for Salve Regina University. And you can go in there and sit down, and they have artwork and beautiful building, mansion inside. I don't know who owned it previously, but so you can come here, and it's a little cooler here 'cause it's going to be like in the high 90s next 2 or 3 days in Still River. And got back from Alaska, and it was funny. I remembered signs I seen there. It's still a frontier out there in many ways, and they have like combination small businesses. They don't really have. Didn't see a big mall out in Skagway or Juneau, but they have like, you know, Dr. Bob's, primary care physician, bear hunting and salmon fishing tours. You have Bill Jenkins or Don Jenkins, DDS, dentist, and taxidermist, and refrigerator and coolant repair, which is kind of funny, Alaska, but it was 85 degrees there when I was there in Juneau. So I made up a combination names off of some of those signs I've seen. Some of them are true, some of them are made up, I don't know which. You could have like Dr. Marty's, a super fast triple bypass and oil change. That's one favorite sponsor of my show. And well, came back from Alaska and ate something on the way back, and didn't feel good, and had, though we don't like to talk about bodily functions much, they're very much of interest to kids and young adults who make jokes about it, you know, farting and things like that. But I had constipation for like 2 days, and I remembered the story of the 17-day constipation, Pete's 17-day constipation, and what an ordeal that was. He had a friend, Pete, who was very interesting, very gregarious, funny guy back in the younger years, and his father owned a pizza shop, and he was a gregarious Ginzo Italian, and Pete was funny. He worked in a dye plant, and he would come back, you know, from work, sometimes all blue, all red or green, or different colors mixed. And but Pete developed a severe case of constipation, and about the third day, he was trying everything. He didn't have health insurance. He didn't want to go to the hospital. So we mixed up concoctions of like chocolate prune juice and X-Lax drink, lots of prunes, banana prune shake, things like that. And it was starting to get serious because we're getting like into the 9th and 10th day, and Pete is looking kind of bulgy and funny, and he's saying nothing happened. And a friend of ours made up this huge round chocolate pill. It had everything in it, from Doan's pills ground up to like diuretics and X-Lax, and it was like a little bit smaller than a ping pong ball. And we gave that with Pete with a lot of water to drink. And we waited a day or two, and Pete lived in the upstairs attic, a converted attic. And On the 17th day, Pete came running out. We went up to see him. He says, it's going to happen. He kind of waddles to the bathroom, closes the door. We hear these awful noises and extremely horrible odors coming from the bathroom. Screams, yells, moans for like 3 hours. Finally, the door swings open and lets out this horrible smell like it was a sewage treatment plant. Pete comes out with a big smile on his face, and that was the end of the 17-day constipation. So, another old Still River story.